Yoon sat on the sofa, her fingers tapping the armrest as she gazed out of the window. She was lost in her own thoughts when the door opened and Jungkook walked in. His presence was like a dark cloud entering the room. "Oh, look, ever so charming, Yoon, but God, you look so deep in the thought," he said sarcastically, and Yoon rolled her eyes. "Just enjoying the peace and quiet before you ruin it." "Oh, don't worry, I'm here to spice up your life, sweetheart. Do your work, Jungkook. I'm not in the mood to talk to you." Jungkook scoffed at her words. "You know, one day this couch might just swallow you whole. Like, that'd be the worst thing ever. I do probably still be happier than if I were married to you." Jungkook's smile faded, replaced by a dark glare. "You really wanted to go there, Yun? Or trust me, I can go wherever I damn well please. You think I wanted this marriage any more than you did?" Jungkook raised his voice and Yun's face contorted with anger as she stood up facing him. "Don't act like you're some victim, Jungkook. You think I wanted my life turned upside down because of you?" Jungkook's face clenched as he struggled to keep his composure. "I can't believe I'm stuck with someone like you. I wish you'd just disappear from my life." Yun glared at him and now shouted at him back, her words becoming venomous. "Oh, believe me, I wish I could go back in time and kill you. Maybe then I would finally have some space to breathe." His face twisted in disbelief and heart flashing in his eyes, and he shouted back at her. "I wish I could find anyone else to marry, anyone but you." Jungkook shot back at her. "You know what, Jungkook, I can't stand you. I just can't." Tears welled up in her eyes and she stormed out of the room, slamming the door shut behind her. Jungkook dropped down on the sofa, massaging his head. This is not something new. Every conversation seemed to lead to an argument. Each interaction only deepened the hate you both held for one another. 3 months had gone by since they were put into a marriage they didn't choose. It was 3 months since they were both made to marry each other, even though they didn't want to. The reason was that Jungkook's father said he wouldn't let him be the CEO of his company unless he married Yoon. They both had dreams and hopes to explore the world and do what they love, but those dreams were shattered in an instant. Jungkook was angry because his dreams were ruined. He didn't want to be responsible for a wife. He thought about how his life changed from carefree to full of responsibilities. He knew that his parents might ask for grandchildren someday, and they had to fulfill the wish too. Yoon had her reason to dislike Jungkook. He's troublemaker in university, always fighting and causing problems. Yoon hated guys like him who acted tough just to show off. She didn't like how some handsome guys acted like they were above everyone else. And now she was stuck with someone she never wanted to be with, living a life she didn't choose. It felt like she was being forced to spend her life with Jungkook, someone she didn't even want to be in the same room with. She felt like trapped in the situation, like there was no escape, and to make it worse, he behaved like a spoiled child, adding to her frustration. Later that night, Jungkook stumbled into the room, his step unsteady. He was drunk, his vision blurred as he made his way inside. His gaze fell on Yoon, who was curled up in a ball fast asleep. In that moment, he realized that just like him, she had cried too. They were both in this situation because they wanted their life to be different, live free from the control of their parents. Jungkook knew deep down that their marriage was far cry from what they had hoped for. He saw the gap between them, the way their personality clashed. They were like two pieces of puzzle that didn't fit, no matter how hard they tried. He picked up his pillow from the bed and gazed at Yoon's sleeping figure. A guilt suddenly started to bubble up inside him. I wish things were different. Before he could even think about laying down on the sofa, exhaustion took over him. Collapsing on the bed, he ended up sprawled across it, his body upside down as his sleep overcame in his drunken haze. The room fell into silence once again, the only sound the soft rhythm of their breaths. Yun awoke the next morning, her limbs feeling heavy as she tried to move. Still half asleep, she snuggled into the pillow, trying to take more sleep. A sharp smell hit her nose. Alcohol. Her eyes shot open and took in the side. Jungkook was right beside her, his arms and legs entangled with her. They were so close that it was almost impossible to tell where one ended and the other began. As she realized that he was shirtless and his broad chest practically in her face. Without thinking, Yun recoiled, scrambling to put some distance between them. Her heart pounded in her chest, her mind racing to comprehend what had happened. Images of last night flashed that they both had a huge fight and she ended up crying in her bed. And then she noticed something even worse. Her clothes were different. She was wearing a night dress that revealed more than she was comfortable with. Panic welled up inside her as she let out a scream. Jungkook's eyes snapped open at her scream and he groaned, his head pounding. Startled, he jerked up only to slap across his face. Arg, what the hell, Yoon? He rubbed his cheek and massaged his throbbing head, the abrupt slap taking a toll on his already aging senses. Jungkook, what did you do? Why are you like this? Why are we half naked? Jungkook's eyes widened as the realization hit him like a ton of bricks. He glanced down at his mouth and looked at Yoon, his gaze unintentionally lingering on her figure, her exposed state suddenly obvious to him. He gulped, his face turning a deep shade of red. I don't know, this is He stuttered out, but before he completed his sentence, Yoon smacked him on his chest. Keep your eyes on my face. Jungkook winced at the slap, his face reddening, quickly averted his gaze from her body and looked around, but his brain stopped functioning for a moment. Wait, Yoon, did we get dropped too? Yoon and I started around the room, taking in the unfamiliar surroundings, slowly realizing we came to down on both of them as they glanced. This is not our room. The sudden knock on the door, they both flinched at the same time. Kids, are you awake? Jungkook and Yoon exchanged glances, puzzled by the unfamiliar voice that had called them out. Their attention shifted to the door, a beautiful design wooden structure that stood before them. Yes. The door creaked open, revealing an old lady dressed in traditional cloth, her hair styled in the corner of older generation. Their eyes widened as the lady entered the room, offering them a warm smile. Look like you two had a great night. That caught them off guard, and they hurriedly pulled the blanket to cover themselves, feeling awkward and exposed in the unfamiliar situation. What is this place? He spoke hesitantly, trying to make sense of their surroundings. The lady's smile grew wider, confusing them even more. Son, did you hit your head? Son, why are you so shocked? Suddenly she gasped, hardly making both of them. The old lady ran towards Jungkook and suddenly started to check him. She grabbed his hand and started to look for an injury and took her arms. Hey, what are you doing? Did you hit your head somewhere when you were running from them? Running from whom, and what is this place? The old lady gasp echoed through the room once again. I should have known, she murmured, and then she abruptly rushed out of the room. What is happening? I don't know, but something is weirdly wrong. They gulped, and the next moment the old lady came with another old lady, and she rushed to Jungkook's side. Hey, what are you doing? Son, she is checking you if you have any injury. I'm fine, leave me alone. Do you have any headache or something? Yeah, I have headache. The old lady eyes widened at his response, concern deepening. However, Jungkook quickly added, I drank alcohol last night, that's why. You stealing alcohol again? She smacked his head. Jungkook eyes widened at his reaction, and when he was about to speak, Yoon put her hand on his, shutting him up. Both were confused. It is better if they solve everything with calm. However, the situation they were in making every fiber in his body. After time, the old lady finally left them alone. The lady who was calling Jungkook's son called them for breakfast. Where the hell is my class? And what is this? Can you keep your voice lower for a second, you coconut head? Don't tell me to remain calm when I am in unfamiliar place and we both don't have class. Shut up, don't make it awkward than it already is. Kids, are you two fighting? The old lady voice interrupted their bickering once again, and both of them groaned in frustration. Could they have a single moment peace? Look here, whoever you are. Yoon kicked him from behind and Jungkook let out a groan while Yoon put on a forced smile. Auntie, wear our clothes. Can you tell us? The old lady approached and handed Yoon a set of class tradition Hangul attire. Yoon looked at the clothing with confusion etched on her face. What is this? Oh, my daughter, I knew it must be difficult for you to wear these simple handbook, but I will buy you new clothes. No need for new clothes. I mean, if I live here, I must have clothes, right? No, my dear, you arrived here last night. I know you wore expensive clothes. Yoon took a deep breath, trying to calm her nerves. Thank you very much, auntie, but I will wear whatever you give me. We will come in a minute. Call me mother from now on. With those unexpected words, the old lady leaned in and planted a kiss on Yoon's forehead. The genuine smile stretched across Yoon's face as the unfamiliar but comforting warmth spread through her body, the warmth of mother love. Later, both of them changed into the traditional clothes. Yoon tied the knots of her dress, the fabric dripping gracefully around her. Meanwhile, as Jungkook emerged, his attire appeared somewhat disabled. His dress hung loosely, its knots undone. How do you even wear this? His frustration was evident in his voice as he glanced down at his attire. Yun approached him, shaking her head, stood close to him. Jungkook froze when she started to tie the knots of his hanbok. It's done, and please, can you not act like a spoiled child for once? I know we are in a stress situation, but instead of freaking out, use your brain if you have one. Jungkook didn't speak, only nodding his head as he looked at her. When she looked up, he quickly stepped back, feeling a sudden awkwardness in the air. He lightly slapped his own cheeks, as if to shake off the awkwardness, and they both headed out, looking around at their surroundings. As they took in the old, neat, and beautiful environment, the aroma of breakfast filled the air, making their mouth water. Come here, daughter. I made a special breakfast for you since it's your first day here. They looked at each other but didn't say anything, and sat down on the neat carpet and began to eat. How is it? It's delicious, and mother. I know it's nothing compared to what you eat, but I tried my best. Oh no, mother, this is the best breakfast I ever had in my life. I'm your son, right? The sudden question caught both of the women off guard. What kind of question is this, young man? You are giving her all your love, not me. He sounded jealous, and Yun shook her head. The old lady warm smile faded, replaced by glare. Oh, young man, do you really think love is measured by who gets more attention in a single breakfast? Jungkook opened his mouth to respond, but the old lady shook her head, cutting him off. Each relationship is unique, my son. Love is not a comparison. You both dear to me, and you will learn to see that in time. Jungkook stayed quiet. He looked at Yun, who was oddly calm, so he then continued his breakfast. Now what do we do? He turned to Yun. She seemed lost in her thoughts. He gazed fixated on the old lady, or rather Jungkook's boss mother, who was engrossed in some task. I don't know, there's so many questions I want to ask, but I don't want your mother to think we have gone crazy, and we can't just stay here without knowing anything. Right, go ahead and ask her then. A few hours ago we were sleeping in our luxury bed, and now we are in this strange place that seems to belong to 90s. The both gasped together. Did we time travel? This is some kind of nonsense. How can we? Okay, let's calm down and ask her, alright? She might have an answer for us. Wait, maybe we can get help with our mobile. Where is our mobile? They both rushed into their room and started checking for their mobile. No, this can't be happening, right? At least not our mobile. I don't think so, Jungkook. We have only last option, and it's your mother. Yun took a deep breath, mustering the courage to initiate the conversation. She approached the old lady, and Jungkook was behind her. Her voice was calm. Mother, we have some question if you don't mind. The old lady looked up from her task. Of course, my dear, I can see the curiosity in your eyes. Ask why. You said earlier that we were running away. Can you tell me whom we were running? I know this is a weird question. Oh no, dear, I understand the thing must be difficult for you, and you are still exhausted from the previous night. Yes, I am. But is someone after us? Because you mentioned that we were running. The king guard are after you, my child. I know that you did might seem wrong, but in matter of love, everything can feel right. Why would the king guard be after us? Because you're king daughter and you ran away from the castle last night. Who the hell? Mind your language, young man, or I'll kick you out. Jungkook quickly bit his tongue, realizing that his modern manner of speech might not be appropriate for the time they were in. She turned her attention back to the old lady. I see, but what do they want from us now? They want you to return, my dear. Your disappearance has caused quite commotion in the palace. The king and queen want you in any cause. Yun fiddled with her finger the next question she wanted to ask, but afraid. But why did I run? Because your parents were forcing you to marry another prince. But you two love each other so much, and love can make you brave yet reckless. Oh. Won't we get caught? What if the guards found us? Fear not, my children. You are not safe here. This is the place far from the city, and no one knows of your presence here. Can we go outside from here? Of course, and you can. Why are you two asking weird questions? Sorry, I think I really hit my head while running. If you want to go out, you can, but at night, not down. And wear something to cover your face. It's a safe place, but still you need to be careful. Thank you, mother. She hugged her with a big smile on her face, even though they both were big smile on her face. And the old lady pulled Jungkook into the hug too, kissing both of their forehead, and annoyingly both of them smiled, looking at each other in the eyes. It was already night, and Yun found herself unable to sleep as Jungkook had not returned home yet. It's not like she would worried for him any other day, but it's new place she don't know about, and he also don't know this place. What if he gets lost? Or worse, what if he get caught by cars? But after some time, she got up from the bed and quietly walked out of the room. She peeked through the door, hoping to catch a glimpse of him because he was nowhere to be seen. Do you two get into fights often? The old lady voice suddenly reached her ears, making her flinch. She turned towards her nervously. No, just a little. You know, couple always bigger. The old lady smiled knowingly and gestured for Yun to come over. Yun walked towards her and sat down, resting her head on the old lady's lap. In that moment, it felt oddly comforting. Every couple has their share of disagreement, my dear. It's a natural part of any relationship. What matters is how you handle those conflicts and how much you care for each other. The old lady's voice sank in. She looked up at her with a questioning expression. But what if you are in a situation where you're forced to be with someone you hate? How can you learn to live with them that alone love them? The old lady gazed them thoughtful as she sighed softly before responding. Ah, my child, forced circumstances can indeed be difficult. It is often born from misunderstanding, fear, or unwillingness to see beyond the surface. Try to find common ground, learn about each other's struggles and dreams, and most importantly, have patience. Over time, your perceptions may shift, and you may discover qualities that you had noticed before.